Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Friday of Faces of Evil, Love, and Power. And we're going to check that, like always, that we are where we need to be showing up because I don't want to be missing people. So let's see in YouTube if we're not showing in YouTube. Why we don't showing in YouTube? It should be. And we have a lot of people who have been waiting for this one. So here we go. We are live in YouTube. You see? Do you know what is the problem with the technology? What? Whatever is between the computer and the chair. I used to have somebody who make that joke, but it's true. That's the problem with the technology is you. Okay, everyone. Today we have a full house, and I know that I have people waiting for this one because we're going to be talking about Robert Redfield. Who's Robert Redfield? Even though I don't have a TV, I know who's Robert Redfield. Robert Redfield is the guy who's supposed to keep us safe. That's a good one. Hi, girls. Hi. So when we were talking about doing the production, because believe it or not, we do production like a couple of weeks in advance, and we're going to show you what we're going to be doing next Friday for Halloween. We're having a special, and I suddenly in my feed show at Robert Redfield and was like, oh my God, in 28 years, I never saw a secret line and a mouth holding so much information. What that makes sense for what the situation is. But as a profiler, the idea was like, well, let's do something with this. Like what? Read his face. With us is, like always, the CEO and trainer for the Latin American office, Elba Uribe. Hi, Elba. How you doing? And why you wanted to do this too?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Susan. Okay, I'm going to tell you, when I saw his face, when we were talking about him, it's so incredible how a person can change and how a person, you can know what is hiding from you. So it's amazing to see, and how all the features make match with the position that he's right now. So it's great.
So let's dive in. And only to clarify, he only took position where he is located for the last 2 years. He assumed on March 26 on 2018. Mm-hmm. So let's dive in, guys, because this is loaded. Okay. Where is my presentation? There we go. So let's see if I'm sharing the right one. Elba, you're my support. Good. It's good to know that I'm doing. So how to know he is keeping secrets. We're not going to talk about that where you think that you know how to know if somebody keeping secret. We're going to show you how a face can show secrets. But first of all, we're going to talk about what is going to be happening next Friday. This Saturday, the Saturday after is Halloween. So we have a passion on the company is that reading faces of cartoon movies and characters. And this actually started with Elba. That's happened when you have two small kids and you need to spend hours and on the cinema watching movies and DVD and videos. And she came out with like, did you know how much the Disney faces has changed and how manipulated are those faces? We start this research, and actually we have a class specialized how evil is Disney's, how they manipulate people in a deeper and more scary way than any political party. If you are scared of what's happening out there, wait to see what things of companies so simple like Disney, they're worse. They're manipulating you, manipulating your kids, and all your family. Now, for the ones who are part of the Facebook group, that it's the role that you're going to see the banner happen down. It's have the Facebook group Learning Open Class and have our website. Last week, a lot of people asked for where is the Facebook group. We are live today and every Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., never is 45 minutes. And today we're going to be giving an intro, a private open class for the people on the group, on the Facebook group. And we're going to talk about Disney, Hollywood, and manipulation. So we added another things that is only for a special open class. So if you want to register for the Facebook group, you have until 5 p.m. and you can be part of the weirdos. We have our own tribe, and I love that. So if you want to contact us, we are Human Behavior Lab and Human Behavior Hacker School. This is the way you can contact us. Again, the Facebook group, it's below. I put it 17 times because people were asking those things last week, and some people says, oh, I miss it. So we're going to put it all the time. So if you want to learn about us in consulting, you go to humanbehaviorlab.com. If you're going to learn about the witchcraft that we're talking every Friday, you can go to humanbehaviorhackerschool.com. Now, this gentleman, we know who put it on position, and let me tell you, the position he have is not simple. I wouldn't like Redfield work, never in my life depend on it. But now we're going to see the person who assumed positions in March 26, 2018 to the person you see today. It's scary. I will say that. It's scary. We are not trying to make fun of him, just only to understand and maximize certain features. We can read around 235 features in a face. And sometimes those features are subliminal for people who doesn't have an eye train. For example, a doctor can determine what is the pathology of a patient only for talking to them, when a face reader and a profiler can determine certain things only for giving a glance. But in order for you to fixate and you can start seeing those features in another people, we decided to blow it out, and we think that rabbit was a good way to do it. We have 3 things that we need to learn to read in a face. The feature, what is the feature? Identify it. If it's in the personal life or it's the business side, and what is the meaning and what is the size of that feature, because you need to start putting things together. Some features in certain faces, they look small, but doesn't mean that feature is not allocated there. Elba, do you want to start with why we pointing the tooth? Then only the 2 front tooth are big, but they have a gap, an indentation in the middle?
Yes. Okay, let's start with this. He has, if you can see in his mouth, he has the 2 front teeth. They are more they're big, right? What it means? That means that he's stubborn. He is the kind of person that he has determination, and he will not change this position. He will not change his opinion, even though if you are telling him that he is not right. He will be determined in what he's thinking. And you can add to this the gap. He will be the kind of person that can go in make
is right for the position. A person with a gap is going to take calculated risk.
Calculate risk, yes.
The problem with calculated risk, and you have a nation under your calculating risk, that's what's the problem. So it's good in certain, like everything. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. It's dependent on position that you are. But he's not only stubborn, and when you get in calculating risk altogether, what can happen, Elba?
Oh my God. When he is like that, he will be the kind of person that he calculates everything.
The problem is he's not changed his mind.
No, because even though if you are telling him that he is not right or he is not in the right way, he will not accept that. He is determined. He go over there, and that's the risk that he wants to take. He will go. He will not pay attention to anyone.
So the good news is when a person like this has set the mind, is going to go for it, and is going to calculate every risk, is going to have a business plan. The problem is when that business plan, it doesn't work. It's really difficult for them to drop it and says, okay, let's go for next. Let's ask for help. Let's see what happened. It's not the kind of person.
No.
Anything else you want to say about the tooth?
No, I think just one thing. He's the kind of person that if he says, I can I can help you. He will says, no, I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
doing it my way. That's it.
So next one. Again, we are maximizing some features. In this case, one of the things that strike me the most, that I bring it to the team to talk about it, is his mouth. We're going to talk about, and the next slide is going to show the day he assumed position, again, March 26, 2018, to a picture take in the last couple of weeks. He have a turn down mouth, meaning that is like inverted U shape. You have three kind of mouth. You have turn up, you have a straight mouth, and turn down. Is pessimistic. What else, Elba?
He's pessimistic. He doesn't talk about feelings. He keeps things. He's reserved. I think that's the things that we can talk about his mouth too.
So let's gonna talk about pros and cons. The good news is that a person who have this feature, not only especially with him, a person who have this feature turned down mouth, it's a person who's ready for absolutely everything, because it's pessimist and never going to believe that things are going to go well. The problem is when you are dealing with a pessimistic person, it's never going to see the positive on things, even though if you present it. So now we start putting three features together. That's where face reading is the only thing you cannot study from a book, because it's how you start putting together. We have somebody who's stubborn, doesn't change plan. You have someone who take calculated risk, but they still take risk, is pessimistic, and is not going to listen to others, and is not going to ask for help. Anything that we're missing in this, Elba?
No, I think that's the thing that we can see in this picture. I want to see the next one. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know everybody want to see the next one. Hello. What do you can see in this guy mouth? Okay, you take the shape, I take the secret line. What about that?
Okay, you want me? Okay, yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, let's start with one thing. You can notice his mouth, and he has a small mouth. But in the first picture, when he assumed the position, you can see that he has a lower lip. You can see that lower lip. But in the other one, you not can see it. So he has thin lips. He didn't have lips. What it means? I think this is can do with his reserve. He became more like he's calculating, so that's why he has a lot of thoughts, but it's go out just one of his mouth. He's not talking about anything if he doesn't know about it. So he became more like, okay, let's talk about things. Yeah, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to tell you, and the things that I'm going to tell you are the ones that I'm certain about it.
There are three things that strike me the most on the mouth, and I'm going to leave the most scary for the end. When you don't have when you have a small mouth, you don't tend to talk too much. You think about it, and his own one, has to do with the forehead, is big. So he's an intelligent person. He's not a believe me, he have an amazing career. He has been in military. He has been in
Neurology.
and and virology. So he has been helping a lot of people, but it's not the way the person who's going to take a meeting and going to start talking. He was always really reserved at the moment to talk. Another thing that is driving me the most, remember the night we says that you have three kind of mouth: turn up, straight, and turn down. Straight is a person who expecting both. We call it the neutral. It's a person who can deal with things, is not happy all the time, is not pessimistic, is like, okay, neutral. It's going to talk when you need it. It's not, doesn't have any problems with anyone. He can deal. He's approachable. But on the second picture, his mouth turned down, his lips disappear. But let me tell you something. You're going to see on the second picture, do you think that this is turned out mouth or is the secret line? This part of the face, I want to make sure that is showing. Yeah. This part of the face has to do with the external world, has to do with what he communicate to us and to other people around him. This is his personal life. So everything that we're going to read here, it has to do with what happened internally. So his mouth, believe it or not, is finished here.
Mhm.
We calculate the size. The mouth is still small. Do you know what this long line mean and this short line mean? That is a secret line. When you see someone who have such secret line and you have pictures from before and an after, you find out there it's a lot of things that he is not telling. Not only doesn't talk about, he withdraw the information, he have the information. The way he pressed the lips, when you press the lips and the lips disappear, is because you withholding information. Have you ever have an argument with someone and the person talk to you and you're like, yeah, I agree. You pressing the lips. So his normal position is pressing the lips every time that he's in a press conference with around people who can see him. But I don't think we need to talk too much to see how in 2 years this person was, well, like, okay, I can deal with people, I can be affable, I can be optimistic what I needed, to completely pessimistic and holding so much secret that the line of secret in some point it looked like if you put the line on the left and the line on the right is bigger than the size of the mouth. When you have secret lines, you're going to find secret lines, and don't get me wrong, in lawyers, you're going to find it in military, police, and FBI, CIA. I have secret lines because for many years I needed to be invisible, and part of my job was not to talk about what I'm doing. And I still have it because I still working in cases. Elba start having the same secret lines too. But in this case, measuring the position the person have, if I'm a lawyer and I need to interrogate this person, if I'm a journalist, but basically if I'm a lawyer and I have that mouth, you need to keep drilling. Doesn't matter how much information do you think you have, it's always something else they're gonna be withholding. Elba?
Yeah, I think the same. And you know what? Putting things together, talking about the secret line and the thin lips, he started keeping things, information, and the other part. So he became more like talking just the things that he has to talk. That's why he has like no lips, because he has to be certain about the things he are saying. So I think this can match with the position too, the secret lines and the thin lips. Well, he doesn't have lips.
Yeah, so to get a word that he doesn't want to say is going to be easy. It's going to be less painful and easy. Smash your fingers against the wall because it's not going to happen. So for the position that he is, he need to keep the secret. How is beneficial for us? None. I wouldn't like to have that. If, by the way, if your partner have these lines, start checking. And a divorce lawyer, a lot is going on. Start checking your finances. Start checking your family finances. We start checking what's going on. But if you're married with someone who's in the Secret Service, or you know they need to keep secret, they can do it. And by the way, you can have different lips in your personal life and your business side, even though we have one mouth. You can have two different lips. In this case, he keep less secrets on his personal life. Maybe he have a therapist that he can talk. Maybe he have a cabinet there he can talk. Even though, or maybe he talked to his wife, his kid. Maybe he have somebody that he relied on. But in the business side, the external world, what we see, what he communicate, doesn't exist. Nothing. Zero. None. Now, what happened with the nose? Can you tell me about what happened with the nose?
Yes. Okay. If you can see the first picture, he had like a wide nose. He tend to be like more protect the people that he cares for. So he is like the person that will take in care about you and what you need. But if you see the second one, he became more thinner. he became, and he has the
the tip
tip
of the
down.
nose,
The tip of
maybe.
the nose, it's down.
So it's only 2 years. Remember that we talk about the picture of the person who was in
The
the World War
military,
II,
the war.
and how the person changed in 4 to 5 years. We are here talking about 2 years. Even though he's in their late 60s or early 70s, so he's an adult who you're gonna see maybe a decline on the muscles of the face, more propense. But the part of the face who changed it has to do with a correlation with the mouth. So this tip
See?
of the nose, before he have something that Nelson Mandela and most of the people have, that is a little gap under the nose. That means that he worked on helping others. That's what he was doing as a doctor. But as soon as he become the director of the CDC, that helping others become tipped down. And if you see next week when we talk about the witches of Hollywood and Disney, you're gonna see most of them have that kind of nose, thin, turned down nose. Why? What do you mean, Elba, with that?
Because he is suspicious about everything. He doesn't believe in you. If you are telling the car, even though you have the car in front of him, if you tell him the car is red and he didn't see it, he doesn't believe in you. He will not trust easily and nobody.
I just found out that the mouse is not clicking as the way we're gonna find out. We're gonna find another way next week to point it.
Do it.
But
Okay.
if you go to the left picture, please look on the bottom of the nose, this
one.
part. So when the nostril starts or end, depending how you look at, in this part, you're gonna see that it's flat. It's a line. Now, if you look in the second picture, you're gonna see only the tip of the nose. The bottom of the nose become down, and the nose become thinner. So it will be thicker here. Now it's thinner. Is thinner in this part. Let's see if we have any questions. I wanna, and I forget to get the keyword in this computer. It's always something with me. Anyway, we know me.
Yeah.
That's the reason I have a team, the team I have. So now, ears. God, Lord. What's something that struck me before we talk about what is the meaning of the ears is like, with all the negative things that we can talk on his face about pessimism, burned out, and mouth turned down, the secret lines, and we're going to talk about the eyes, how burning the candle in two ends. If I was this gentleman doctor who says either quit or take a two-week vacation where you don't have a cell phone because you're about to have a heart attack. But the feature he changed in the last 2 years is a feature that I would say it's the most positive feature he changed. But when we combine it with the other ones, can be way more danger. What happened with the ears, Elba?
They stick out.
What happened when you have stick in to stick out? What is the difference?
When you have stick in ears, when you have close to your head, this is the kind of person that follow the rules. That there will be good with instructions. They will be inside in the box. He will not take risk of anything. But in the other hand, if you have stick out ears, that means that he thinks outside the box. He will do things that no one did before. He has that ideas, that new things to do, and I think it like you said, it's good. It's a good feature, but putting with this all together, I don't think is kind of good.
Yeah, because we have a person who again start putting everything together. The front tooth says that he's stubborn. He doesn't change his mind. He take calculated risk and it's not going to change. He think outside the box. So it's good to have somebody thinking outside the box. But what happened with somebody who take risk, calculated risk, and is stubborn and doesn't want to change the direction of the things, because he thinks the outside the box of his ideas are unique and amazing. He's not going to change it. We have a turned down mouth, no lips, meaning that he is negative, pessimist between the nose and the mouth. The lips disappear. So if he communicate anything before, it's not going to happen now. And the secret lines. And one of the things that I would say is, dude, get a doctor fast. I know you're a doctor, but the worst patient are doctors because they don't pay attention to themselves. I have friends who are doctors who ended up on the hospital because we drug them, not because they need to. You see the difference on the eye, and you're going to see a little different between the first picture and the second one. On the picture on the left, that is 2 years ago. Again, this is the day he assumed. You're going to see that the eyelid, it's covering the pupil.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see that he have round lower eyelids, meaning that he was a more trusted person. And you're not going to see any Y part of the eye, neither above or below the iris. Now, when we go into this picture, beside that is scary. we put it in a big monitor, and everybody do like, whoa, okay, take it easy, dude. I'm kind of scary of you. I get it. Don't scare me. So what you're gonna see in this is like you're gonna see the eyelid. It's way bigger, covering the iris, and you see this white part of the eye. And his personal life, whatever secrets he's keeping on the business is affecting his personal life to the point that he's disconnecting from reality in order to survive reality. Ella?
Yeah, I think the same. He's passing through to a lot of stress with that, because he has to keep things, he has to keep information, but in his personal, he's reflecting in his personal life that he will not having a good time. He's trying to survive, and he's trying to instead to have his position, he hasn't been reflected in his personal life, and he has passing I don't think it's a really good time for him in a personal life.
Okay, another thing that we notice, and maybe you're gonna think it has to do with the facial hair. When he assumed he have a more small, pointy chin. In 2 years, his chin went from pointy, small, to a big chin. How we measure the chin? We measure where the mouth ends, and you drew 2 lines, and that's where you're gonna find where the chin, the size of the chin. Even though you think it's a hair, his chin was straight forward.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the meaning between a small pointy chin? Again, you're gonna see it in a lot of witches on Disney movies and other characters that Hollywood has used, to the straight big chin. I have the feeling, and when I see the chin, is I always think about a Rottweiler or a bulldog that gets you to the neck, and until don't see blood and you're in pieces, it's not gonna stop.
He will not let you. Yeah.
What is the meaning of the change of the chains?
He start being in after 2 years he has been on the position. He start like being like, I don't care what you think. I'm going to tell what the things that I have to say, and if you like it, it's good. And if you're not, I don't care, because he became straight, and he became more like, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. So
it's my way or the highway, no?
Yeah. It's in that he's like a knife. He will cut inside, he will cut outside. It's like, yeah, he doesn't care about the feelings of people, what he's saying.
And let's be clear, when you have a position like this, and I cannot be, I don't think it would be unfair if you don't know that. I work in politics for almost 20 years. So I know what he's going through. I know the secret he needs to keep, and I know the pressure he's going through. And sometimes you need to use tough love. You're not in your position to think, you're in this position to execute. That's the reason you have a director. Sometimes the director doesn't have all the power. Sometimes the director have orders from other people, and they need to inform to the people who work with them things that maybe he doesn't agree with. So again, you can like this guy or dislike it. We are not expressing personal opinion. We're just reading a person that you can see in the media and that you can evaluate, and you can see how shocking and how scary are the things they change on the face. And what we're doing with this is telling you why, how, and what is the meaning, so you start putting together. This is a way to protect yourself. This is a way to communicate better with others. And you can use it to manipulate too. Let's agree. That's politics. And by the way, I miss it. I like it. So we can see in this scene way more turned down the nose and more turned down the mouth. You can see more clearly. And you see the eye. Doesn't matter. And most people say, well, it's an angle of the picture. Like, the reason we're showing you different pictures is you can see there are consistency. The eyelid covering the eye, the mouth turned down, the lips disappear, the secret line on the top of the nose turned down. In this picture, you can see it way better than the other picture. And by the way, what happened with the line he had between the lip and the chin? I never know how to call it. You know, I have
disability line.
These are okay. Let's say what it means. Okay, that's what I mean. But it's gonna be easy that you and okay. By the way, it has nothing to do with our English. I know people that English is their first language, and like, can you find another way to describe it? We cannot pronounce it, and like, so yeah, it's the critical. You know what? We need to call it the critical line.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
I'm going to take a note because it's recording. So we're going to call it the critical line. Why?
Because he is hiding things. He is hiding information. He is not trusting everything, but he needs recognition. How he needs recognition of what he's doing. He is the kind of person that, okay, if he has a conference or something, he needs somebody in his back saying, okay, you know what, you did good, you did great. And that's the information that we need to say to the people. That's the line of critical line.
So on the last slide, it's something that I'm gonna start putting some things together that make sense with the career that he have and the position he have. He was in the military. He was a doctor. The doctors doesn't expect you to come and say thank you. They do their job because they want to do the job. Have you ever tried to say to a doctor, thank you, a surgeon, sir, thank you? Like, surgeons are the worst with human skills because they see you sleeping on the table and you leave sleeping on the table. Usually it's a resident or a nurse who's going to be talking with the family. So when you're in the military, you don't expect recognition for doing your job. What happened is like, sir, you need to proceed with this. Yes, sir. I like the military training, and I think a couple of kids, there are rebel or bullies. They should go out of military school only to get in line. Believe me, after 2 weeks in military line, they're not going to mess it up with anybody else after, and they're going to learn how to follow rules. And that's what happened with him. So what this face is telling me, that he's in the position he needs to be. He's the person who needs to be in the position, and he's the perfect person to do it. Maybe you don't like it, but from the standpoint when you need to choose a person to execute, this is the person you have. You have a person with, let's talk about background. Let's start putting everything together. Military, doctor. He's seasoned, so he's not a kid who just start with crazy ideas. He's an executor. He gonna say things as they are, not as you wanna hear it. It's my way or the highway. He doesn't need recognition, so he doesn't like the spotlight. One of the things is when somebody don't want public recognition, it's not gonna be all the time on the spotlight for that is great, because people who are exposing themselves too much, they tend to talk too much, and that's what will be one of the problems. If you're all the time on the media, at some point you're gonna put your foot in your mouth. He keeps secret. He knows how to keep secret. He has made a career keeping secret, because those lines were less propense when he was younger. So he can keep secrets on the personal life and the business life. He is extremely pessimist. So he's always going to be ready for everything. Doesn't matter what you threw to this guy, he's going to jump on the feet and going to make it happen, nose and mouth. What is again worries me is how much pressure he is putting to himself. But in other way, he thinking outside the box. The stubborn tooth, and it's not changing course. That can be a problem. For other features, I think he is the person on the position they need to be. Elba?
Me too. I think the same. And by the way, if I see that guy with that face, I will not be afraid of him.
I wouldn't want to be debriefed by this person, because believe me, he's not going to give you feedback. He's going to debrief you. So if you need to have a one-on-one with this guy, I would say take a Valium and a glass of wine. I know it's not recommended mixing meds with alcohol, but yeah, this is the kind of person that I would say, or quit before even though. If you know you did something wrong, quit. Don't even care to go to have a meeting with this guy, because it's literally gonna feel like somebody's cutting your neck with words.
See, I think the same. Yes.
So this is who we are. When are we going to start taking questions? We're going to stop the slides. If you want to contact us for training, meet inquiries, or booking, it's our information at the part when you can take pictures, the screenshot. You can come to learn with us this kind of witchcraft that we love. And I have two students, two people who watched this show last week, start on the Facebook group. They're already took face reading one, and one of them wrote to me like, "Oh my God, I watched the presidential debate this week, and I found so many things, and I didn't believe them. Oh my God, they were there 2 weeks ago, but I didn't see it." So it's a bless and a curse. So if you're not ready to be wicked forever, do not do it, because it's impossible to disconnect it. Look what happened with Elba. She was normal before. So This is the Learning Facebook group. Again, we are live every Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And sometimes people bring questions about work, or they bring pictures about somebody they're dating, customer or client they need to prospect, or just the boss who drives them crazy to know how to do it. And I have a lawyer who keeps bringing me pictures about cases that he need to work, and says, "Dude, I'm gonna start charging you." It's not fair.
No.
So people, let's see if we have questions. We're gonna move this to my small screen. That is not the most recommended. Oh wow, we have a lot of questions that I didn't see before. So let's start. Hi girls. Hi Christine. User word, that's a good one. Oh my God, my childhood will be ruined. The knowledge will be worth, I thought. I think it was on the beginning of the chat, so I might say something stupid, and he's laughing about it. Somebody was says, "Oh, I found you." Somebody was looking for the Facebook group. We have, hey Leah, how you doing? So you could have ears that stick out. Okay, let's want to show this question. So you could have ears that stick out, and it be a good thing, but will all of his features combined isn't necessarily a good thing? You want to take it first, me? What do you want to do?
I want to take it first. Yeah.
Okay.
He has okay, let's put it like this. The stick out ears, it's the kind of person that you think outside the box. You don't go with the rules. But with all his features, sticking out ears and think that his ideas are unique, are just like the wow ones, it could be not good because he was stuck in his ideas, and you will not move him. So when you put all the things together, yeah, it will be a good combination.
Again, nothing is bad or good. Has to do with the position. If you need a manager or you need the CEO of the company, they need to take decisions and they need to execute decision and be executable. Is the person.
Mhm.
I always says the role of be director, the role to be an entrepreneur who need to start hiring people, the role to be the owner, the role to be the CEO, is a role that I don't like. I wouldn't take it. You know what? I always says nobody should the vice president, nobody should the first lady. So when you are the head of something like the CDC and the worst pandemic the United States has faced, this is the person you need to have. um, let's put it this way: political wise, is the person you need to have. As a citizen, no, I don't. I wouldn't like it. But in some point, you need to take a decision that are executable. When you're a CEO, sometimes you need to fire or make decisions or do cuts and rearrange things in order to save the company. It's like a doctor. Sometimes you need to cut the hand to save the arm, but most important, save the body. So again, I'm not talking about his political position. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that why in this case can be good or bad. I like people who have stick out ears. In my case, my personal life, that is this one, my ears is near to the head,
Mhm.
meaning I'm a domesticated cat. Now, when you look in my business side, my ear, the top of the ear, let's be clear, not all the ear. Sometimes you have
No.
all the ear, like, whoa, that is like, whoa. This morning I have a meeting with a group of Marines, and we were doing the conference call with Lina Cisco, and obviously the Marines were really proper when they were doing questions.
Okay.
And one of them says like, can you tell me two things? And like, yeah, one of them is that you're never gonna fit in any box and you're not 9 to 5. He says, okay, I don't have any more questions. He have completely stick out ears.
Wow.
Why? Because he need to jump fast on their feet. In my case, I'm an adrenaline junkie in my business. But to be so cautious in my personal life make a balance. The problem is when the disproportion is too bad, or the disproportion on the features are can combine can be danger.
Mhm.
So we have another one. Oh, somebody says I was about to ask for the line above the
Critical
chin.
mind.
Yeah, another question. So I'm gonna pin this question, but I don't know if I know another question. What do the lines on his nose, the ones running vertically up from the nostril mean? Okay, I have the PowerPoint here. Let me see if I can identify, because believe it or not, there are a lot of lines on his.
See, face.
So I don't know. Quick question. You talking about the lines that are. Okay, let's look for a good picture that we can refer. Okay, can you re-refer the question? Because, okay, I'm gonna share the screen, not with the complete presentation, but we have, I wanna know if you're talking about the group, the grooving, the group lines, we call the group lines. So if those are the lines, Elba, do you wanna take it?
You take it.
Well, the group line has to do with how much you have been given as a kid. When you tend to see no lines when somebody has been nurtured, but when somebody hasn't been nurtured, neither money wise or emotionally wise, when you was doing a development, you tend to have those lines. Deeper they are,
Yeah.
more resourceable you are. The good thing is because you didn't have either, it's not that the parents didn't love him, don't get me wrong. I have those lines, but my parents working all the time and we travel around the world. So my problem was like never like making complete routes and that affected me. And in the other part, my father was an artist. It was eclectic. So we never were millionaires. So you can see my lines. But what happened with this, because I have small nostrils and I have those lines, meaning that I'm really thrifty. In this case, he have the same. So he is thrifty. He's not going to be spending money. The bad news is like, maybe we need him to spend a little money on us. I'm going to show what I'm talking about. Did you see? Okay, I'm going to unpin. All right. Do you see how small are the nostrils? Smaller the nostrils, that person is going to be withholding more money. We talk a lot about nose when we do sales team, sales rep training, or when we do lawyers training. If you want to have a juror that is not going to give more money than what you wanted or expected to give, you need to look for somebody who have a small nostrils and says, you're not going to have a money. I didn't have it. This is the perfect juror who's not going to give any money to anyone. A deeper group, small nostril, like you don't deserve it. I didn't have it. You're not going to have it either. So let's see if we have another one. Perfect explanation. Let's see. I was talking about the lines either side of the tip of the nose. So it says Facebook user. So I don't know your name, but I hope that answered your question. Yes, I think so. Great. Group lines. Yes, correct. Yeah, group lines. Somebody asked a question about what we says about Disney. So if you want to clarify, let's see if I'm missing anyone. Any questions in any of the channel? Hello, Christine. Hello, Leah. I see you. And the other one, I don't see anything in LinkedIn, but we have people watching. LinkedIn, we have a lot of people who watch after and they do questions after. It's not fair. I need to work extra. So let's see if we don't have any more things going on. Next Friday, do not miss it. I know that a lot of people know this already, but if you can get any book for the Brothers Green, or it's a book they call Enchanted Histories, and you can see how the stories that Disney and another cartoon companies has been developed and how you grow with that mentality. At least our generation, that we used to go to the cinema to watch movies with our moms. We were buying that white fence, the white horse and the prince who gonna come to save you. Do you think that is bad? No way. Wait until you see. Do you know that video games, movies, and cartoons use physiognomies to determine and build characters? So they tell you what they want and you build the face they're gonna need. And we're gonna talk about that is not bad. They hire you to do it. The problem is how they manipulate you and your kids when you're gonna go to see movies. Elba, anything else that we are missing? And we're gonna see each other anyway at 5 for the other class.
Facebook.
So if we don't have any more questions, and I hope we satisfied all the needs, as we did. So Elba, are you gonna see you next week with Disney?
Yeah, don't miss it. It's going to be amazing.
And by the way, if you don't like it, it's Elba's fault.
Yeah, it's mine.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for being here. It's Friday. I know you must be tired, but we have a lot of people still watching in all the channels. So see you later, alligator. Until next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.